Hi, how you doing? And thanks for joining me. I recently went through a process, probably over the past 10 years, of trying to get my child's athletic skill set recognized by the NCAA. Unfortunately, the sport of football has a vast number of children, sometimes mainly too many for a coach to give your individual child the attention that he needs. But let's keep it real, people. The ominous falls on the parent. You need to work with your coach and you need to work for your child. This video is I'm going to attempt to help you along a process in trying to get your child exposure to the NCAA to get some free money in your wallet or your pocketbook. First of all, I want to show you something. Does this look familiar? Just a kid. Rec football. Starts out that way, something he loves to do. Football is unique in a lot of ways, but it's one of the best American tools that we can, hope for from helping our kids bridge themselves into a higher educational institution. What we need to do as parents is first we need to set with our children and define some goals. One of the goals would be, what is it that you want to do? What would you like to be? Don't think that he may not say football or basketball, NFL. That's okay, but he's a kid. Okay, so if there were no football, if there were no basketball, or in this case football, what would you want to do? He may surprise you and tell you he wants to fly an airplane. People, your child may have the athletic ability to pay for that education. My son, we started off, as I showed you, he went from rec football into the high school football. Two proud parents there. On to, actually, let's see if I can get it together here. National Signing Day, where he signed a contract with the United States Military Academy at West Point. Very proud of him. There was a lot of successes and a lot of mistakes along the way. And I'm a firm believer that you gain more from your mistakes than you do your successes. What I'm going to try to do is give you a pathway to get your child on the way one step further to that scholarship. First of all, I'm going to tell you that it's football the objective. You have to understand the program objective in most rec programs is to strengthen young men by investing in their positive energy towards sports, team building, and organizational skills. Now, that's what football does. It also creates a bond between parent, child, mom, child, and family support. You will find that this child has an incredible desire to please you. And I'm speaking mainly, I'm not speaking, but I'm going to speak to the fathers for just a moment. Hold on, mom. Sometimes mom is dad too, but this is what I want to say. Your rec game is on Saturday morning. If what you're doing on Friday night means that I have to come and pick your child up and take your child to his rec football game, then you need to basically cut loose whatever it is that's going on Friday nights. Enough said. You've got to understand, ultimately, this is what this child is going to need in order to go to the next level. He's going to need to graduate from high school. High school, here again, like anything else, you have a compilation of all different types of people that learn and at all different speeds and levels. If your child, for instance, is struggling in math, and you know that he's struggling in math, because that's the same child that you had in the 8th grade, that's the one you're getting ready to take up to the 9th grade. So you know this child is struggling. You want to go to the counselor and you want to insist that they place him in IUP class. It's a smaller class. He's going to get more attention and he's going to overcome because he's going to learn at the level and the pace that he's capable of. How many of us on our jobs have to go back and say, I didn't quite understand? Okay, well, your child's no different. School's no different. But speaking of trying to progress into college, once he gets in the 9th grade, it's a chronological record. So we don't want him to start out behind. So you want to go to that guidance counselor. You want to take time off work. If that's what you have to do, you take time off for most things that you want to do, to go to the doctor, and some things you have to do, and sometimes you don't. But you want to take time to meet with this counselor. Go over your child's grades. Find out what his strengths and what his weaknesses are. Do not allow someone else to control your child. That's your job. The teachers, the counselors, if you pay taxes, they work for you. Make it work. Enough said. Every high school has it. Every counselor, guidance counselor will know exactly what you're talking about, because see, when you go in, no matter how much, and I don't want to get off of the scholarship, no matter how much the college coach likes your child, his ability to run a football, throw a football, hit a man that's running the football, catch the football, whatever it is, kick the football, whatever. The coach, he is not the final say-so. The final say-so is going to be the admission office at the educational institution or the college. I hope I get that clear. This is what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say this again. No matter how many phone calls, no matter how many coaches come to your door, come to your house, and try to tell you that your child is the child, he's the next Heisman winner, he's what, believe me, trust me when I tell you this, that coach is going to go down the road and going to tell some other child the same thing, or theirs about. Okay? So just know that. It must start with that high school diploma. Okay? Now, what I'd like for you to know is there's a difference in having a 3.6 or 3.8 GPA and having a 3 to 6 point or 8 point GPA in your core classes. You can have they're not interested in, the admissions office will not be interested in you having a 3.8 GPA if it's not in your core classes. Okay, core classes have to be up. And how do you get the core classes up? Okay, that's because you're going to start with that guidance counselor if that child needs help. 1. 2, you're going to make sure that when he comes in from school, whatever it is, or however you have to do it. Sometimes you'll have to do like I did. Monday Night Football will be on there, but you know what? You'll sit there at that table with that kid too, so he doesn't get his priorities mixed up. Okay, it's fresh in his mind. If it's serious to you, it's serious to him. Okay, don't just show up at the ball games hooping and hollering and patting him on his back and having people pat him on his head, which is something I never did care too much. I always preferred they shake my child's hand. Okay, the pat on the back is the one may hold you back. Okay, so just shake his hand, look him in the arm. You had a good game, young man. Yes, sir. Thank you. That's the way it is. Okay. Now, what I got a couple of things that are really going to help in the way of getting this child exposed. And this is getting into the meat of it. First of all, once your child reaches the 8th grade, going into the 9th grade, you need to involve him in a football combine. The football combine is, it's like hopefully you'll be able to see this. It's like a Schumann's National Combine. It helps these kids get their measurables into a database, and the database, it actually is where all of the colleges, the major colleges, they draw from. Case in point, your child's 6'2", weighs 240, and he runs a 4.5 40-yard dash. Well, if he's doing that in your rural school and no one knows about your school, he's going to be one of the fastest, most imposing figures and athletic freaks in the country, basically. But no one's going to know. This is what this video is about. I know that to be factual because we lived in a rural area. There was not a lot of scouts beating the doors down to come to Hereford, Maryland, Sparks, Maryland. I mean, they go inside Baltimore, Maryland, and Washington, D.C., and places like that. But the rural places, okay, we got to work a little harder, but this is for you city folks as well. But you want to get the child involved in these combines. These combines, they help them run their 40s. It registers their 40s, their standing broad jumps, their bench presses, their 3-cones, and their pro agilities. Now, I don't want to be verbose here and just go on and on, but I'm just letting you know these are the things that go on at NFL combines, and they're used as measurables to find out if your child is athletic enough to go to the other level, the next level. In saying that, once you get yourself involved in the combine and your child is in the database, all this information is sent to Rivals. You can check out Rivals on www.rivals, Rivals, and you'll see that they rate the student athletes by stars. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4-star athletes, I believe. It may be 5 now. I don't know. I mean, it's just so many incredible kids out there. That's why I'm telling you can't afford to wait. Fast forward. You get your child involved in the combine. And not just any combine. This combine must be a combine that is sponsored by a Nike, Gatorade, ESPN 24/7, one of these combines. Someone who's got a little pull. I happen to know Mike Farrell, the national recruiting. He's the head man with Rivals. And he's a good man. He helped me quite a bit. And this is why I want to give back. He did it free. I'm doing this to you for free. It's a matter of once Once you get to the point where you see that your child has the ability and the desire and wants to go on and play at the next level, then you need to identify a college or two or three. But the main thing is, after the combine, you want to do at least two of these combines per year. This child will get better. If he's running a 4.7, if he's a running back and he's running a 4.7 40, that's okay. He'll get better. Okay. By the time, hopefully, he's a junior, senior, he'll have it down to that speed that you want. The main thing is, once they see him in the 8th grade combine, and then they see him again in the 9th and 10th grade to the junior combine, they will have been able to track him and see he's progressing. Trust me on this. Don't go and sign these contracts with these people who want to exploit. I say that it's exploiting. Why should someone get you to sign a contract with them for $1,500? You give them $300 now, pay them $50 a month, and they're going to mail out all these different whatever it is that they say they're going to mail out to these different colleges. Because I'm going to tell you, when I ended up at the University of Virginia, when my child was recruited by Virginia, the great Al Groh, I have just all types of respect for. He took me in the back because I'm handing him this piece of paper that I didn't sign, because I was one of them parents now. They bumped my head real good, got my money on the line. I didn't sign the check. My wife's happy. We all happy. We think we doing something. And we were doing something all right. But when I was giving this paperwork to Mr. Groh took me in the back room and he said, "Mr. Charles, we're not interested in that." He said, "Let me show you what we do when we do get this type of correspondence." He took me to the back room. He said, "What's that over there?" I said, "Looks like a big old garbage can to me." Okay. He said, "What do you do with your junk mail?" Do you get my point? It's junk mail. What you want to do is identify when this college is having a camp. Enroll your child in the camp after he has been through these rivals, through this combine that I'm telling you about. This is called establishing a relationship. That's what they want. They want relationships. Okay? All right. Do your research. The other thing, once your child goes to this combine, or once he goes to this camp, rather, excuse me, once he goes to this camp and he likes this school and the school shows interest in him and so forth, immediately you've got to understand he's got to take an SAT or an ACT exam. He has to do that. When the child does that, you want to make sure that his transcripts, everything, the grades and everything are on par. You want to be the first one to get that transcript, which will have to be mailed from your school. It's a sealed, registered document that has to be mailed from one admissions office to another admissions office. Okay? But the problem is that if you've done your homework from that 9th grade on through the time that this child would be ready to go into college, then his grades are going to be right. The transcripts are going to be there. You're going to be the first person to get that in there, because you know what? I've seen it happen. It happened to us. University of West Virginia wanted my son, but I didn't know. I just didn't know how important. No one helped me along this way or informed me, or I wasn't in the right place to hear the information. That's the purpose of this. I hate to see parents and the children lose out. So this is my way of trying to help you learn from my mistakes so that you don't have. You're going to make your mistakes anyway. You're going to make enough of them, trust me. But at least learn from mine. And they took another running back in front of my son. And we really did want to go to University of Wisconsin. By the way, I also want to let you know that my son ex- received the full scholarship at the United States Military Academy at West Point. Okay, this is this was a great day when he signed that. When you saw that earlier, he was signing his intent to go to the military preparatory school. Okay, see this is where we have to understand this. It's a process. You want to set your child up. You want to get him in a win-win situation. Now, going to West Point, which at the time was the #1 educational institution in the United States of America, scholarship was worth $475,000. It was pretty easy when things didn't work out at University of West Virginia. We decided against going to Virginia and a few other schools. He had several offers. I thought, man, United States Military Academy is the place to be. Because I knew that when they came in there, that they were going to help my child go to the next level in life. You're only going to play football. Your child's only going to play football for so long. What is he going to do after football? Okay? So, like I said, from the beginning of this video, football is a tool. I'm trying to help you get one more step closer to college by using football and not allowing football to use you. You'll find out that once your child is happy, once he graduates from high school, goes on, once you start going to things, Army, Navy games, I didn't say games, Army, Navy games. Once your child starts doing these type of things and you go on to, going on to meet the congressmen, receiving letters and different things of, you'll see a sense of what I'm talking about, how important the educational aspect is, but also how important it is for you to get your child in the national combine that he has to get into in order to be registered. Once he gets registered through the clearinghouse is another. I got the paperwork here. I don't have it right available, but all you have to do is Google it, www.nationalclearinghouse.com. It's $50 or somewhere around there. Get your child registered in the clearinghouse, especially by the time he's a junior. Okay? I wished I could take some questions, but this is actually my first video. I do plan on doing some more, putting some together, a little more professional, I should say. But sometimes we just got to do what we got to do in order to get our kids to the next level. Don't wait on coach. Don't put little Johnny on coach's nickel. He's on your nickel. You're going to have to travel. You're going to get on cars. You're going to go to these combines around. You're going to identify them. I used to do it. My son and I, we slept on floors. I can remember driving to Brooklyn, New York. I slept on the floor. I wasn't going to let him sleep on the floor. He slept on the couch. So that way he could get up and run that 40. We were in Brooklyn, New York. We did that. He did well. He made the all combine team. I got some help from there from Joe Hayden, the cornerback from Cleveland for the Cleveland Browns right now. I got just help from Joe Hayden Sr., his dad, who sent me up there, told me, you need to go. Get up there, Ray. Let's go. And, I did. And by me listening to him, like I'm hoping you're listening to me, you're going to be able to help that kid. So you stay tuned, and I'm going to find out what I can do about getting together some instructional videos and showing you some things. But one of the key elements to this is you need to go to the dollar store right now. Okay? You need to buy 2 of these. One for you, one for your child. You want to be able to put notes, and hopefully your handwriting is a lot better than mine. Notes, different notes about different things, which colleges he's interested in, what different appointments. These are old notes. I've never gotten rid of them. It's been 10 years or so. I mean, a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? The University of Massachusetts, all of these different things. Listen, you want to be able to make sure that whatever's in your notebook is in your child's notebook. You want to make sure that whoever's talking to him is talking to you. You want to see things like this from your child at school. Most improved. Okay? And they're big deals because it says most improved, but it doesn't say most improved in sports. Most improved in English. I can't tell you how important it is that your child maintain his academics so that you can go on and help this young man get to where he needs to get to. Thank you for your time. I actually have planned on making this about a 30-minute video. I'm 4 minutes, short of doing that. So I don't want to sound loquacious and continue to go on and just talk in circles. But I will tell you that one of the most gratifying things that you can ever do is to be able to see your child smile. And right now, my child is on his 2nd degree. Okay? He's graduated. It's just, I just can't understand how it happened, as many mistakes as I made. But I'm going to take my mistakes and I'm going to turn it into a good thing, because I am a firm believer that God knew what he was doing from the very beginning, and that he knew that once he placed me there, and once you become a West Point parent, it changes your life. Okay? You be able to tell your child things like having the courage to choose the hard rights in life rather than the easy wrongs. You have to be able to explain that to him. Don't be content with the half truth when the full truth is there to be won. All of these things. If you need any further help, I want you to email me at rcharles. That's just like it sounds. rcharles 893 at gmail.com. And I will do everything that I can to point you in the right direction. I want to say thank you once again. God bless you, and may he keep you. I'm out.